Time.
Life.
Our world.
Global.
Climate.
Change. Climate is the average pattern of weather over a long period of time.
How long?
Longer than we have a record of.
A change in global temperatures
And precipitation.
over time due to natural variability
Or human activity. In our planet's case, this is called
global warming,
an increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere.
caused by too many greenhouse gases entering the atmosphere, like
Water vapor,
carbon dioxide,
methane,
nitrous oxide.
and ozone.
These gases cover our planet as a mass that protects us, called our atmosphere.
What's going on?
Over the past 100 years, the average global temperature has increased 1 degree Fahrenheit.
And the temperature has increased at least 4 degrees at the poles.
This may not seem like much.
But think about it this way.
If a recipe asks you to boil some water, you don't wait until it's hot and then call it good.
Because then your food's disgusting.
Same concept.
But in the reverse, the Earth's temperature rising even a single degree will make our lives miserable.
Also,
If the rise in temperature is significant enough,
it will make life on Earth non-existent
the oceans are getting hotter.
because of the greenhouse gases trapped in the atmosphere,
Sea level has risen at least 6 inches in the 20th century.
and is predicted to rise 23 more inches in the 21st,
This could place many people who live near the coast
or near sea level.
in jeopardy.
There is more extreme drought in places like Africa because higher temperatures cause a higher rate of evaporation.
We all need water to survive.
The number of 4 and 5 degree hurricanes has more than doubled in the past 90 years.
And the number of intense hurricanes will continue to increase.
But the big question is, why?
Pollution,
Burning fossil fuels releases the greenhouse gases.
specifically methane and CO2.
Burning coal releases the most methane.
And gasoline burned in cars releases a large amount of carbon dioxide.
Cutting down trees.
Trees and other plants need carbon dioxide to survive.
And they do take in a lot of CO2 that is emitted by humans.
But land developers cut down trees.
And do not replace them, thereby crippling the Earth's natural defense against too much carbon dioxide.
Forest fires.
A recent increase in wildfire activity has been connected with rising seasonal temperatures and the earlier arrival of spring.
Forest fires are a natural cause of climate change that is necessary for the health of the planet as a whole.
But too many forest fires pollute the atmosphere and release more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
You may be saying, why do I care? It doesn't matter to me.
It should.
The big problem that everyone should be concerned about
Is more natural disasters that are caused by global climate change.
hurricanes, like Hurricane Katrina that ravaged Louisiana in 2005,
Fires like the record-breaking California fires of 2003 and 2004.
and earthquakes like the devastating Haiti earthquake earlier this year can be seen as the Earth reacting to its afflictions.
Number and ferocity of hurricanes is linked to the oceans.
Hurricane converts heat energy into wind energy,
The hurricane gets the heat energy it needs to get bigger from the ocean.
so hotter oceans mean more powerful hurricanes.
When the center of a hurricane approaches the coastline,
The wind quickly picks up as the center approaches and pushes the ocean onto the coastline.
this is called storm surge.
Storm surge increases as hurricane power increases.
Hurricane Katrina of 2005 produced the highest storm surge ever recorded on the U.S. coast.
An astonishing 27.8 feet at Pass Christian, Mississippi.
Also, global warming causes more severe droughts throughout the world.
This affects forest fires.
To create a forest fire, you need heat, drought, and dead trees.
The increased drought means more heat, and too much heat makes trees die.
All three elements in the same place at the same time.
Cause more forest fires that are much larger and longer lasting.
Global warming is also going to increase global earthquake and volcano activity.
How?
The answer has to do with glaciers.
Glaciers and ice sheets cover much of the area around Earth's poles.
The weight of ice depresses the crust on which it sits.
As the ice melts, the crust below no longer has anything sitting on top of it, and so can rebound fairly quickly.
Areas of rebounding crust could change the stresses acting on earthquake faults and volcanoes in the crust.
Many glaciers sit on top of volcanoes, which could erupt at any moment if the glaciers melt.
It's not just volcano activity that will increase.
If the faults around the world are being moved by glaciers melting, then earthquakes could be triggered.
According to Bill McGuire,
At the end of the last ice age, there was a great increase in seismicity along the margins of the ice sheets in Scandinavia and places like it, and that triggered these huge submarine landslides which generated tsunamis.
so because of global warming, there are going to be more natural disasters that are fiercer than in the past?
Yes, and this is actually happening right now.
There have been 21 quakes already in 2010 over a magnitude of a 6.0.
There are many things that you can do to help.
It may seem like this is too big a problem for anything you do to have an impact, but this is not the case.
You can buy a fuel-efficient car or use other means of transportation besides vehicles.
A little-known alternative to regular gasoline is something called biodiesel.
Biodiesel is produced from any fat or oil like soybean oil and can be mixed with gasoline of a car that was not specifically made for biodiesel.
Biodiesel emissions produce 78% less CO2 emissions than regular gasoline.
Also, biodiesel is very cheap, only 70 cents per gallon, and fairly available, and it can be used in any diesel engine.
Another way to reduce global warming is recycling.
I'm sure everyone has heard about the benefits of recycling, but it really does make a big difference.
Specifically, when you recycle, you save energy because the object you recycled can be used to fuel machines with clean energy.
One of the biggest things you can do is use the cloth bag to carry your groceries instead of the plastic bags that the store has.
When 1 ton of plastic bags is reused or recycled, the energy equivalent of 11 barrels of oil are saved.
That's pretty good. Also, the plastic bags are a large pollutant.
They were banned in China because of the destructive influence they were having on the environment.
Injecting carbon dioxide into wet porous rocks underground might be a good way to reduce emissions of this major greenhouse gas.
Because the rocks trap the gas better than previously thought.
But this would only work if this technique was applied in the entire United States.
As time ticks by,
Our planet is getting sicker.
unless we stop it.
Now.